Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on May the 27th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of news that is coming up on Thursday, not a ton in regards to the important news. We do have GDP numbers here for the quarter for US, and if it comes in line with expectations, not expecting much of a change in the US dollar. Unemployment claims, again, if it comes in line with expectation, the number is fairly similar to previous one. So that will be good. If the number is better than expected, we're likely to see the stock market react positively to that news. And then pending home sales number also is supposed to decrease. So we'll see if that actually happens. That could have a negative impact on the US dollar. And then we have consumer climate number here for Germany. It's supposed to get better. So that would be good for the euro. So that is it in terms of CPI numbers here. So CPI numbers would be, the important thing here would be if the inflation is going up. Now that could have a positive impact on the currency because then there would be an expectation for change of the monetary policy. Now in terms of, and also New Zealand dollar, has gone up, and the reason for that is the future interest rate hikes. So we've been talking about central banks talking about future interest rate hikes. So even though they're not hiking the interest rate just yet, but them talking about it actually creates that positive expectation, and we generally see the currencies move. So we have seen this from Bank of Canada, Bank of England, Reserve Bank of New Zealand now. So so here rates may rise next year if things evolve as expected. So that any kind of signaling like that of interest rate hike, monetary policy tightening, tapering of the asset purchases, all of that is positive news for the currency. All right, so let's go on to our charts here. We'll start off with the euro dollar here. So euro, we saw price wasn't able to get through this resistance, and we have seen a decline here. So this is nice bearish engulfing candle close here. So what we're looking for is a bit of a pullback, and then I'm looking for a move back into the bottom of the range. So overall price has been trading in a range. It tried to get out of the range, couldn't sustain the move to the outside, and now we are back into the range here. So in this case, looking for a drop towards 1.2160, and then second target here is 1.2130. So bearish bias here for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one is looking bearish here, but keep in mind we are right into the support level. So this has also been stuck in a range for some time now. Today we have a nice bearish candle close. It hasn't gone through the support, so we need to wait. And then we're looking for a pullback and then a drop. So bias is bearish. Just some caution here though. If it fails to go through the support, just like it did here, it can turn around and go back into the range. So watch out for that, but bias is bearish. And next target here is 1.400. And this is a strong support resistance level. This is where price had turned before. So we could see it struggle here. So bias is bearish. And first target 1.400, and only if it manages to go through this support level here at 1.400, we are looking for 1.3940 as the second level. Aussie dollar here, this one is also looking bearish here. As we can see, price is still trading in a range here. Now, we have a nice bearish pin bar here, so looking for a drop, but the concern here would be the support level. Price has really struggled with the support level. It has not been able to go through it. So if it fails again, so we are back into the range again. So bearish bias here First target is 0.7700. And then after that, we are looking at 0.7650. So bearish bias here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, this one has been bullish. Like I said, price currency tends to go up when we see positive developments in terms of monetary policy. Anytime they tighten the monetary policy or raise interest rates, that is a positive sign for the currency, and we tend to see the currency go up. So that's where we are right now, but it's right into the top of the range. This is the range New Zealand dollar has been stuck in for quite a few weeks here, since the beginning of April, and now price is into resistance. So we could see a reversal back into the range. So watch out for that. So right now, I would say neutral right now. If it goes through the resistance and manages to hold on the other side, then we will look for a continuation higher. In that case, towards 0.7350 or potentially all the way into 0.7385. But the concern is this resistance right here. If it fails to go through the resistance, I'm looking for a move back in. So overall, right now, still neutral. Once it crosses over, only then will this turn bullish. So neutral buys for New Zealand dollar, expecting a move between 0.7300 and 0.7130. Dollar CAD here, this has also been range bound for a number of days here. Price bounced off of the support and now we are right into resistance here. So there's nice bullish candle close here. But the concern is last time price did that, it turned around immediately. So if it doesn't go or fails to go through 1.2150, we are back into the range again. So right now, I would say neutral to bullish bias. Once we see price crossover, then the next target is 1.22. So neutral to bullish bias here for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver looking quite bearish. It went into resistance. This is a nice strong resistance here and price failed. So we have a nice bearish engulfing candle. So looking for price to drop back down towards 27.30. So bearish bias here for silver. Gold here, gold is also into resistance. We did see that follow through in the move up, but now price is into strong support resistance level and we saw that bounce. So neutral to bearish bias here. It is into support. So we have to see a break of support and then we will look for a continuation. So neutral to bearish bias, first target is 1890 and then 1872. So neutral to bearish here for gold. Oil here, oil not doing much. It's just sideways right now. It is holding the previous level though, but it's right into resistance as well. So 2 days in a row, we have seen a neutral bias here. So with this one, it could really go in either direction. So we could see something like this, or other option is it breaks out and then we see a continuation. So right now, this is completely neutral. We just need to wait and see what it does at the high. If it turns around and comes back, then we are looking for a move back down. But right now, this is neutral. Copper here, copper is sideways a bit here. Today's candle close is completely neutral, hasn't really done much. So in this case, I will look for a retest of 4.53. And if it fails to go through, then we will look for a move lower. But once it breaks though, then we are targeting the higher levels once again. So right now, bias is neutral. We just need to wait and see which direction it wants to break, either the high or the low, and that's the direction we'll take. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is struggling right now. It's going sideways here. Today's candle close looks a little neutral. There is some bullishness here, but not enough bullish momentum so that it was able to sustain the move. So in this case, I am looking for a retest of 39,800 level or 850 level. If it fails, then we could see a move back down. But if it goes through this level, next target would be 42,500. And then we'll see. I think it's still sideways at the moment. doesn't seem to have a strong momentum in either direction. So for it to really push higher, we would have to see it break through 42,500, but for now it doesn't have that momentum. So neutral bias for Bitcoin. S&P 500, this seems to be stuck here as well. It's right into resistance, and at this point we have 2 days of neutral move. So at this point, I'm looking for a bit of a retest here of 41.50. And if it continues, then we will look for a move lower. But right now, not looking that strong in either direction. So neutral bias, 41.50 will be the first target. NASDAQ here, NASDAQ as well, just seems to be into support resistance here. And for 2 days, it hasn't broken the resistance, so we may see a drop. Again, neutral bias, it doesn't have a good strong candle in either direction at this point. So it could turn around or it could go higher. So it has to decide, so we have to wait. If it holds below 13,730, the high, then we are looking for at least a retest of 13,570. So neutral bias here for NASDAQ as well. Dow Jones here, this one also not doing a whole lot. It's been trading in a range and waiting for something. So right now, 2 days of a neutral here. So looking for price to come back towards the middle and then the bottom of the range. So that's what we are looking for here. So in terms of our targets here, 34,000 is the first one, and then 33,580 is the second one. So neutral bias for Dow Jones. And then DAX here, DAX is interesting. It is into support here. So neutral to bearish bias, if it manages to go through, then the next target is 15,300 and then 15,130. But it doesn't really have much of a direction. If it holds above 15,400, then it's likely to go higher. For now, though, neutral bias. FTSE here, FTSE also stuck in a range. This is the range it's been trading in. So right now it's right into the middle of the range. So no clear trend at this point. If it goes through today's low, then next target is 6,900, but neutral bias here. And then Nikkei here, Nikkei has gone into the resistance, but again, it's still stuck below it. So if I'm looking for it to retest 28,700. If it holds, then we are likely to see a move lower. So we have a drop, pullback, and then we could see a continuation to the downside. But for that, it has to hold below 28,700. So we'll see if it does. If it doesn't, then there's this inefficient move that could get filled. So let's see how it reacts at 28,700. So right now, bias is neutral for Nikkei as well. Looks like it looks more of a pullback to me than an actual change in direction at this point. So we will wait and check this out. All right, so that's it for me today. Have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.